I'm Chris McKittrick. I'm one of the psychological counselors here on the Counseling Center. One of the biggest things that I see as a counselor is the communication skills. A lot of the communication skills have been breaking down over the past few years, especially with the use of technology. When I ask students about, when did you talk to someone, they immediately go to texting. I think there's probably the ruse of online privacy, where as soon as it goes out there, it's out there. It's cast into the sea and you can't take it back. Some people, really like to publicize their life, partially because, by getting the followers, you kind of feel bigger or more important or kind of famous among their friends. So I think that also blurs a lot of the lines between, acquaintances, friends, and family, where someone throws something out there that's very personal, but then is surprised at the reaction they get from different people who are maybe very accepting of such a hot topic or criticize them and does more damage than good. I don't know, it's going to be interesting. Over the past 15 years, male body image has become more and more of an issue, where we're seeing that in the counseling center, whether it's eating disorders, muscle complex, or body dysmorphic disorder. We're seeing that amongst men, and also them reporting it more. So this app seems like there might be a lot of pressure on the physical appearance, which may exacerbate any kind of pre-existing anxiety disorder. I don't know if it's an emotional difference, but a socially accepted difference, where there's a lot more attention. It's not really socially acceptable for a man to come up and be like, "Oh, I'm really concerned about this or that." It's more of they internalize a lot of it. Where if you look at a lot of the commercials or popular culture, when they're critiquing their own bodies, "Oh, I don't like this about me, I don't like that." We don't see that really portrayed in popular media for men. I personally feel that there would be a very different response to it.
Yeah.
One of the most shocking things that I was reading about domestic violence, men are more likely to experience violence in their relationship by definition of it. So a slap across the face would count as violence. But that's almost socially acceptable in our culture, where a woman can slap a man. There's not going to be any kind of ramifications, or if there are, they're minimal. But so if you do the role reversal on this one, I think if this was about women, and being rated about physical appearance, sexual promiscuousness, or any kind of activities, I think there'd be a very different response and almost an outrage. Understand the premise of it, to kind of help identify maybe some men who are out there who are abusive or just downright, not proper. But when it goes to rating of looks and qualities and like that, it almost seems kind of like a hot or not, or a very superficial website.
Yeah.
So the message that they're sending, or that they're saying it sends, to me is very different than what it's actually doing. On our checklist of symptoms for students, we actually had to add a cyber addiction, social media addiction, where actually we're seeing a lot more with men than women in regards to being obsessed with whether it's Facebook or any kind of social media, of having to be connected to other people, but also having to get the feedback from other people in regards to what they're doing. It'll probably ebb and flow with as technology advances and develops. There'll be different ways that it changes, but I think it's going to be here to stay. It might just take different forms.